Hey guys, this will be a quick video on how to get started with using the Unity game engine. First you're going to click on Unity icon and double click it. Wait for Unity to open. Then what you're going to do is you'll typically log in or create an account if you don't already have one. But if you have one, you'll be greeted with this screen. Now when you're on this screen, I already have a bunch of projects ready for me, but you probably won't. What you want to do is you want to click on New. And from there, what you want to do is you just type in your first name and last name. Just for the project name, and this will just be for you learning using the modules. The template, you switch it from 3D to 2D. Because the first game we're going to make will be a 2D game. You don't need anything else checked on, and click Create Project. What Unity will do with it will start compiling all the code needed to make Unity run, and within a second, Unity will be opened up. Okay, Unity is opening up right now. Now with Unity open, you're going to want to do a couple more things. Now the first thing you want to do is you want to go onto YouTube and you just want to type in GX Studio search. Sorry, you want to type in GX Studios search and click the link that has GX Studio like so. And you click on any of these modules. With the module selected, you're going to scroll down till you see this link. And you're going to just download the first module pack like so. And then what you're going to do is you're going to click the down arrow, click Show in Folder or Finder, just so you can select that pack. With that pack selected, you can do one of two things. You can import this pack by clicking on the pack and dragging it into Unity like so. Or if you want to, you can go up to where it says Assets, scroll down to where you see Import Package, and click Custom Package. Either way, you'll be able to upload the package as needed be. This package will contain all of the different scripts and codes and scenes needed to make this game work. Click Import, and now the first module will actually be going over how to make the game of Pong step by step. And the way we're doing that, I have about 10 different modules for you guys to complete, and each one builds on the next, so you'll be able to actually make a game from beginning to end. So when you open the package, you'll be greeted with 4 different folders. Now a lot of these folders you don't really have to do anything with. The only one that you really care about is the one called modules. Art content just contains a bunch of art assets for the game. Audio has audio. Background script contains just a lot of background information. That's all. You don't need any of that. When you're in, just focus on modules. So we're going to double click. From there, we're going to go to course 1. And you're going to focus on the first module of the game, which will be like this. Now for the first pack you only have 3 modules, the next pack you'll get modules 4 to 6, so on and so forth. Now when you open up the screen, you'll be greeted with something that looks like this. On each scene there's a little objective for you, so you know what you have to do. If you don't want to see this objective, just click the check right here and you can get rid of it. What I did there was I went over to the left, which is my hierarchy view, clicked on the object, and then just change it from the check being on to being off. Now while we're on this topic, let's talk about what all of these different menus are, because they can look a little bit confusing and overwhelming if you don't know what's going on. Now, from the left, I have something called a hierarchy window. What a hierarchy window does is it lists all the different game objects inside of your game. What is a game object? So a game object is literally any single object or component that is put into the game. So for example, if I were to go into art content and I were to drag out this piece of art here into the game, because I dragged this piece of art into the game, that art became a game object, or object that exists within the game. The middle screen has three different windows. A scene view, which is where you can click and drag objects and put into the game. This is where you actually build out your game. A game view, which is where you'll be able to see what the game looks like when it's being played. And oftentimes they'll have an asset store, which you don't really have to worry about that right now. To the right, you have what's called the inspector. Now the inspector contains all the different components and bits and pieces needed to make any object work. So whenever you have a game object, the very first thing you'll always see in the inspector is a transform, because that's the very basic thing you need to make a game object work. Sometimes you'll see things called sprite renderer, you'll see things like rigid body, box collider, all those are different things or components, which we'll get into in the next module. But hierarchy just lists all the different parts of your object. Down here you have the project window. The project window basically has all the different files and folders needed to make this project work. As you can see in the art content folder, I have art content like so. Now that's all the windows out the way. Just going to quickly get into how to move, rotate, and scale. One more thing about the sprite renderer and then we'll be done. So when you drag an object onto the screen, you can move the object by pressing W on the keyboard, and you get this little window, and you can click on the arrows to move the object one way or another, like that. If you press E on the keyboard, as in Edward, you'll be greeted with rotation, and then with this you can rotate your object, like that. If you press R, as in Robert, on the keyboard, you can scale your object. You can scale it up, down, left, right, or if you click on the middle, you can scale it uniformly, like that. Very last thing I want to show you is if you're using a sprite, and for some reason you can't see what that sprite is doing or what it looks like, just click on the sprite. What you want to do is you want to click order and layer and change it from 0 to be anything other than 0, so like 1 or 2. Why would you want to do that? Well, let's take a look here. When I drag this sprite over, it is put behind this little TV background frame I have. If I want to be able to see it, what I do, go over to the right, sprite renderer, order and layer, make it something like 11. With that, you can see your sprite. So that is the very basics of Unity and what to do in Unity. Now, the very last thing to get started, click on modules, click on course 1, module 1, just as a refresher, and you can get started with the next video. See ya.